Hi there, I'm Michael Puldy, CEO of Puldy Resiliency Partners, and I'd like to welcome you to part 3 of our 4-part series discussing OSHA's COVID-19 guidance for the workplace. With me today is Michael Goldman, Director of Occupational Safety and Health here at Puldy Resiliency Partners, and Michael has over 3 decades of field experience in health and safety. He's seen it a lot. Quickly, Puldy Resiliency Partners, we're all about improving employee safety, reducing IT risk, improving a company's ability to be resilient at time of crisis or time of disaster, or better yet, avoid those crises and disasters altogether. Michael, what are we going to talk about on part 3?
Okay, well, in part 1, we talked about how to set up a program, how to establish it. In part 2, we talked about some aspects of ongoing management. And one of the subsets of ongoing management is the flow of information about the program between management, the people that set it up, and the employees, the people who have to live with it. So there has to be a flow of information and ideas going back and forth between those two parties to make a program effective. So one of the first things that a program has to do is it has to be understandable to the people that are going to have to live with the program and have to work within its framework. So we have to be able to present it in a language that they understand. And I have inspected and audited workplaces all over the country, and I can tell you, you're going to see a wide variety of different languages and different customs and different peoples from all over the world that have come to work in the United States. So just assuming that that English is going to cut it might get you into trouble. Here in the Southeast where I live and in California where Mike lives, workplaces have to be ready to present in Spanish. But when I was working in Massachusetts up in the Northeast, they have to be ready to present in Portuguese. And in the Pacific Northwest, it's a variety of Asian-based languages. So all throughout the country, we're seeing a wide variety of languages used in the workplace. One that's interesting that is mentioned by name in this guideline is American Standard Sign Language. So if you have people that are hearing impaired that rely on sign language, you have to be able to present this information in a language that they understand. So one of the primary things that we're going to have to communicate to our workers is what we expect out of them in terms of quarantine and isolation. So we're going to have to instruct our workers who are infected or potentially infected to stay home and isolate and quarantine. In a best case scenario, we have work that they can do remotely so that they can stay productive. But in cases where they don't, we still have to make sure that they're able to isolate and quarantine. And if you're dealing with a manufacturing situation, as managers, you need to go ahead and plan ahead what we're going to do if we wind up with a reduced workforce because we have people out quarantining. We definitely do not want people coming in to the workplace if they know they've been affected or exposed to someone that's been infected. So this is going to minimize the negative impact of the quarantine and the isolation on workers. And if we have people that are already at work and we know they're starting to show symptoms, if they're starting to cough or hack a lot, or if they're acting like they're out of energy or like they're kind of vacant or any of these other well-known symptoms, it's time to go ahead and let them know they need to quarantine and isolate and not be here in our workplace. Okay, screening and testing. Once again, OSHA is not requiring that you bring COVID test material into the workplace and test your people there. What they are requiring is that you give them the opportunity, the time off that they may need to be tested if they feel like they've been exposed. And now there's dozens and dozens of test areas in every metro area in the country. They're readily accessible, and we need to make sure that when our employees are concerned that they have access to this test. Screening, when they come into the work area, that's something that OSHA is looking very seriously at. It is something that Havrion has provided some very excellent solutions to this issue. But one of the main things that we want to make sure we're doing is recording this information, because if OSHA asks if it's happened and there's no records that it happened, then OSHA is going to assume that it did not happen. So that's one of the things that you want to make sure you're taking a look at when you're taking temperatures and screening who can and cannot be inside your facility, that we're actually keeping these records. Okay, so in terms of training and communication, one thing we want to make sure that we can track this training. So anytime we explain to our workers what's happening with the COVID-19 compliance program, we want to make sure that we can that we keep that data and we can provide it to anyone that needs to see it. We need to be able to communicate in our employees' native language so that they can understand everything that's going to be required of them. And we need to prepare them for quarantine and isolation, and also prepare our staffing managers for what may be required of them when we quarantine and isolate. And we're going to promote testing and make sure that that our employees know the tests are accessible to them. And where required, we're going to screen anyone who comes into our building, and we need to make sure that we are maintaining that database.
Thanks, Michael. Once again, great insight. Again, as we've talked about before, we think with any great solution, it's a combination of policy, procedures, training, reporting, and of course, technology. You need to have all these different elements together to create a very not just efficient, but well documented and well communicated type of program to improve the safety of your employees and keep your business running and the revenue flowing. One of the elements that we think is important from a technology standpoint is Havrion's health and wellness solutions, especially their thermal technologies, which we think just slides right in with the registration and efficiency associated with getting employees in the workplace safely and keeping everyone safe as well once they're inside. So let's listen to Havrion talk a little bit about those technologies.
Thank you for that introduction, Michael. Hello, my name is Susan Grossweiler, and I'm the Operations and Program Director here at Havrion. We're very excited to be partnering with Puldy Resiliency Partners and to be able to support this 4-part series around OSHA's COVID-19 guidelines in the workplace. Havrion is focused on protecting life, and with our Protect suite of products, looks to provide innovative technology and solutions supporting active shooter, environmental, weather, fire, and health and wellness solutions within schools and businesses. In 2020, as you can imagine, the largest threat to public safety was COVID-19 and the concerns around wellness and safety to ourselves and others. And this concern has continued with us into 2021 and the current administration. In support, Havrion's launched a wellness solution that goes beyond the scan. Havrion's Detect thermal solution looks to join not just the scanning device to your environment, but to seamlessly support pre, during, and post-reporting and documentation aligned to COVID-19 guidelines and support of your customers' business needs. Havrion excels at the real-time data convergence from one or multiple scanners that can be within one or multiple locations around the country, all driving data into a single cloud interface and management portal. We also provide the ability to configure multiple devices at once, saving you time. Havrion is a SOC 2 Type 2 certified company focused on the security of our customers' data and the transmission of that data to our customers' record keeping and compliance. Our enterprise portal looks to make our customers' lives easier, providing the tools and support that they need to align, again, to those COVID-19 guidelines and their own health and wellness emergency plans. So Havrion's portal ties directly into our thermal scanning devices powered by Rich Tech. Whether you're looking for a simple thermal scanning device or a more advanced unit supporting mask compliance, facial recognition, or even QR code survey integration, Havrion provides solutions that can easily work within your environment. Havrion can even build out custom API integrations to support your data collection from these devices and reporting needs within your customer. As you can see here, this is one of our thermal scanning devices where it provides the temperature. It also provides the color coding of red or green, depending on your pass and fail, as well as the facial recognition, even when a mask is on, to allow for those options that you've chosen in your configuration to be present on the screen. It is also an FDA and ADA compliant solution that we're providing with an IP65 rated medical grade material that these devices are made out of. One of the other great things about our thermal devices is that we've actually worked with our partner to build the thermal scanning device directly into the unit and not have it on top. So it actually can be used great in multiple environments, whether that's indoor, outdoor, or shaded or sunny areas. And like most thermal scanning units, right, it's going to detect that temperature within 3 seconds. You're going to be able to have an accuracy within 0.5, which is extremely important, right? You want to make sure you have the most accurate units out there on the market so that you don't have to be sending people home when it's not necessary, right? And then that ability to sort of maneuver those settings with configurability and sort of what that ideal temp default is right out of the box. So to really summarize, right? HAVRION goes beyond the scan, providing pre, during, and post health and wellness solutions for schools and facilities of any size. We drive multiple communication paths, supporting our customers' safety plans for protecting their students, employees, and guests. And HAVRION really looks to provide layers of protection and delivers a path to expand your solutions to protect life with our Protect suite of products. Those being Alert Mobile, Detect, and Connect with digital displays. If you'd like to learn more about those solutions, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to provide you a demo. And as always, HAVRION is here to support keeping communities safe. And we have a quick video to wrap up today's presentation.
Welcome to HAVRION Thermal Protect, powered by RichTech. It's no secret that our daily lives have been changed by the COVID-19 pandemic. It's affected the way we live, work, and do business. Business leaders should be asking themselves, are you properly communicating public health and safety guidelines throughout your organization? Do your employees, customers, and partners feel confident in how you are handling public health concerns? Are you able to provide thermal ID reads and notifications in a non-intrusive and discreet way? HAVRION Thermal Protect is a versatile, in-depth, and non-intrusive way to enhance safety and promote wellness in public spaces. Bringing together RichTech thermal scanning technology and HAVRION's unique platform, we can identify and check every person's temperature before they walk into any building or enclosed space, and rapidly provide instructions and messaging to them so they can move safely and confidently. HAVRION Thermal Protect is an ideal solution for schools, universities, restaurants, office buildings, shopping centers, hotels, and other public spaces. HAVRION Thermal Protect is a solution that gives you safety and confidence by inspiring workplace confidence and advanced data analytics to enhance the customer and user experience. Versatility and customization through advanced messaging options, settings, and a diverse lineup of mounting option taking into account wheelchair accessibility and people of all sizes. Speed and accuracy. With AI-driven technology, the solution providing a result in less than 3 seconds while accounting for mask compliance and facial recognition, and compliance and security. Adhering to HIPAA, ADA compliance, and FDA standards, our solution is cloud-based with 3 levels of encryption with an easy user interface, allowing for multiple device management from single login. HAVRION Thermal Protect isn't just a thermal ID scanner. We go beyond the scan and beyond the typical use of digital displays to enable rapid response alerts that can protect life. Want to see Thermal Protect in action? Talk with one of our reps and schedule a demo today.
Thank you again for joining HAVRION and Puldy Resiliency Partners. We hope you enjoyed our video. During this 4-part series, we hope that you got all the information around OSHA's compliance for COVID-19 within the workplace. And if you need more, please contact HAVRION today to learn more about our thermal solutions and consulting support through Puldy Resiliency Partners. Thank you again for joining, and have a great day.